Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are diving into Dune Prophecy Season 1 finale, Episode 6, titled The High-Handed Enemy. This episode contains twists, emotional moments, and a lot of political maneuvering, from Tula's heartbreaking decisions to Desmond's shocking realization, and of course, Valya's ruthless control over everyone around her. This finale sets quite a bit up for Season 2, so let's break it all down. First, let's talk about the major themes and symbolism here. At the core of this episode is the eternal struggle between power and compassion. Tula is caught in the middle, torn between her loyalty to her sister Valya and the intense desire to protect her son, Desmond, after discovering the truth. This conflict truly defines her journey in this finale here. And then there's the use of the voice that comes from Tula. It's not just a tool for control, but it's a symbol of manipulation and sacrifice that she uses at the end. And every time it's used in this episode, you can feel the emotional and personal cost for those wielding it. The stakes are high because it's not just about this political power, it's about losing parts of themselves to keep that power, from Valya, Kasha, Francesca, and Tula. And let's not forget the theme of hidden truths here, which gets even more prominent in this episode. The revelation that Desmond is Tula's son turns everything upside down. It's like a shattered mirror. His entire life has been a lie, and now that he has to face a truth he never expected. And his hidden truths aren't just emotional, they're literally built into the very fabric of Dune's galaxy's power structure here. This episode peels back the layers of deceit one by one, showing how the people who hold power are the same ones who've buried the most painful truths. Talking about character arcs and development here, Tula is truly the emotional heart of this finale. Her journey in this episode is one of the hardest choices she's ever had to make. We finally get more insight into why she followed Valya all those years ago, even though it meant leaving her newborn son behind. Her flashbacks show us how deeply she's been influenced by Valya's promises, but now, as she realizes Desmond is her son, everything sort of comes crashing down like a giant tidal wave. She's faced with the ultimate conflict: loyalty to the woman who's controlled her for so long, or doing the right thing for her son. The scene with Nazir towards the beginning of the episode, where Tula is trying to save Desmond through this antivirus experiment, is quite brutal. Nazir's death, burning alive in front of Tula, shows just how high the stakes are. And of course, Nazir's death isn't just tragic for the loss of life, but it's also a loss for Tula's plans and a reminder of how the virus and the people controlling it are too powerful to fight without consequences. Desmond's journey in this episode is equally compelling. For most of the season, he's been searching for his place in this universe. He's been manipulated, but in this finale, he learns and hears the truth. Tula is his mother. And it's a revelation that hits him hard as he's laying there on the ground, hearing a conversation between Valya and Tula. And you could tell it shakes him to his core. Everything he thought he knew about his past has been a lie, essentially. It's like a rug being pulled out from under him, and now he has to deal with that emotional fallout. But here's the twist. Despite the deep emotional connection he feels when he finally gets to hug his mother after all this time, Desmond makes the hardest choice to arrest his own mother. And it really is a heartbreaking decision, and it shows just how far Desmond is willing to go to fulfill what he really believes is his duty: to protect the Imperium. And essentially, it might be the virus that is controlling him over this decision to arrest his mother, but he's been trained to lead and make tough calls, and this moment is the turning point for him. This is no longer about family or emotion, it's about control, and it almost seems like Desmond is beginning to see the bigger picture here. Now let's talk about our dear old Valya, the mastermind behind everything. Her political machinations are on full display in this episode. She's been pulling the strings from the beginning, as we know, and now we get to see the full scope of her plan. She's not just manipulating people, she's shaping the future of the Imperium, using Inez as a pawn to take the throne, and she's going to do whatever it takes to ensure it happens. Yaviko, Nez, Kieran, Francesca, Theodosia, they're all just pieces in her board game. The moment where Valya reveals to Yaviko that everything in his life, every decision, was because she allowed it, was quite chilling. It might have been one of the best scenes in this episode. She has no remorse for using him, and we see just how cold and calculated she is. Yaviko's weakness as a leader is laid bare here, and his failure to see the game being played around him is why he ultimately fails. The fact his demise comes at the hands of Francesca makes it even more tragic, because she's just a pawn too, but she's been emotionally manipulated by Valya in ways she might not even realize when they were young. And we can't overlook the Sisterhood's role in this. Lila's transformation back into Dorothea is another massive reveal, and we kind of suspected it was going to happen. This subplot about secrets, about things people will do to protect their power. The fact that Lila now inhabited funded by Dorothea, leads the Sisterhood to uncover the truth about the bodies of the faithful followers murdered by Valya and company, shows how much darker things are beneath the surface. We also get some key backstory here. The flashback of Tula, Francesca, and Kasha learning how to use the voice just shows how deep the training goes with the Sisterhood. My one critique here is if you've watched Dune Part 1 by Denis Villeneuve, you'll hear that Lady Jessica says learning how to use the voice as she's explaining to her son Paul Atreides.
I know Jesuit skills take years to learn, Paul.
But there's a bit of plot convenience here. How do they learn to use the voice? When do they master it? These questions linger here, especially when they see him using it so effectively in the face of the high stakes when they're questioning all the followers of Dorothea. And in the show, it doesn't seem like we see years worth of Tula teaching her sister, Francesca, or Kasha learning how to use the voice. And granted, Paul Atreides is supposed to be the one in the Dune universe, so it's just a little weird in terms of being able to do it. I would have almost rather have seen only Valya use the voice and not let them use it. Kind of would have made the impact and the demonizing of Valya's character even higher. Yavako's downfall is inevitable, and the episode doesn't shy away from showing his weakness. From the moment he's confronted by Desmond about Nez's arrest, it's clear he's no longer in control. His weakness as a leader is exposed, and in the end, he's undone by his inability to see the political game for what it is. His death, stabbing himself instead of fighting, symbolizes how powerless he truly is in the face of Valya's overwhelming influence. Meanwhile, Valya is executing her plan flawlessly. She's positioning Nez for the throne while ensuring her own grip on power remains unchallenged. But there's a hint of vulnerability here too. As Desmond begins to realize how deeply she's controlled everything, Valya's perfect plan starts to show some cracks. It's possible that Desmond might be able to create some sort of allegiance with his mother, or potentially use Tula against her sister for the sake of them having a mother-son connection, which in turn would expose Valya's plan and cracks further. So the finale ends with a massive setup for season 2 here. Valya, Kieran, and Nez are heading and land on Arrakis, and it looks like Nez's future path is just the beginning here. Tula's final moments with Valya are powerful, especially when Tula reveals the truth about Desmond's departing and switch with the babies and the parentage. The emotional tension in that scene at the end is raw, and it's quite a powerful moment for both characters and in an acting sense here too. So it seems like things are set in place here, and the question is, what can we expect from season 2? The political intrigue is only going to intensify, and we'll likely see Desmond continue to struggle with his newfound identity. Will he be able to break free from the web of control Valya has woven around him? What sort of influence will Empress Natalia have alongside Desmond now as he continues to lead as Lord Bashar? Or will Desmond remain stuck in this sort of same cycle of manipulation and betrayal that he's been in a majority of his life, or especially as we've seen here in season 1? It will be quite interesting, and I'm really hoping that season 2 is a bit longer, it's more fleshed out, we get some more show and not tell, maybe a good mix of exposition, hopefully, that really balances things out here. All in all, I'd say for season 1, I enjoyed the acting from all of our main characters here on behalf of Mark Strong, Travis Fimmel, Emily Watson, Olivia Williams. I thought they were all fantastic, and I think really helped keep this show alive for what it was. It does seem like there's been some mixed reviews or mixed sort of emotions about how this season was, and obviously gaining from the lore perspective and the source material and what Brian Herbert may or may not have included in this for the show itself. But it did get a season 2, so we can always hope that season 2 is better than season 1, and you can expect to see more coverage of that here on this channel. That'll do it for this review and breakdown of the Dune Prophecy season 1 finale. I hope you enjoyed this video. A couple questions I'll leave you guys with. What did you think of the episode? What are your predictions for season 2? Drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more reviews and analysis here on the channel. And until next time, stay tuned and don't let the fear consume you. Cheers, everyone.